Hello and welcome to another video on my channel. On this video I will show you how to crochet ghost, especially for Halloween. I keep seeing people ask about Halloween patterns, so I decided to make a free tutorial. I will follow step by step, so also beginners will be able to make it. Please subscribe my channel if you still didn't, and let's get started. The materials that you will need: white plush yarn. I'm using chenille thick yarn. Any other plush yarn will work great also. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, pair of scissors, a stitch marker, needle, some stuffing, and I'm going to use 8mm safety eyes. You can use any other size. The stitches that you will need to know is single crochet, magic ring, increase, decrease, half double crochet, slip stitch, and back loop only and front loop only, which I'm going to show how to do it, so don't worry about it. So let's get started. So you want to start with a magic circle. And for row number 1, we're going to make 6 single crochets into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take the end of the yarn and pull like that. So we finished row 1 and we have 6 stitches around. Take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that you made. If you don't know where is your last stitch, you have the loop on your hook that doesn't count as a stitch. So you go 1 stitch down and here is your last stitch that you made. You bring it through that, like that, and close. For row 2, you're going to make 6 increases. So you go into your first stitch. If you don't know where is your first stitch, you can count from the back. So again, the loop that's on your hook doesn't count as a stitch. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now you know that this is the 6th stitch is the first stitch that we are bringing our hook through now. And just make an increase, which means 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So that's 1 and another one into the exact same stitch. So now we made 1 increase, go into the next stitch, make another increase, that's 2, next stitch, increase, that's 3, next stitch, increase, that's 4, next stitch, make an increase, that's 5. Now we go to the stitch with the stitch marker, so we know that this is the last stitch of the row. So take out your stitch marker and make the last increase into this last stitch of the row. So now we finished row 2 and we have 12 stitches around. Take your stitch marker and put it at the last stitch that you made. Every row when you finish, you will have to put your stitch marker into the last stitch. Okay, so now for row 3, we're going to make single crochet into the first stitch and then an increase into the second stitch, and we will repeat it for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet into the first stitch, and then an increase into the second stitch. So we finished one time. Now you go and repeat it for 5 more times. Just single crochet increase all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. I will meet you when I finish the row. Just make sure again when you finish the row, just put the stitch marker into the last stitch that you made. So I finished row 3 and now I have 18 stitches around. For row number 4, we're going to start with an increase into the first stitch, then single crochet into the second stitch and single crochet into the third stitch, and we're going to repeat it for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet into the first stitch, increase into the first stitch, which means 2 single crochet into the same stitch, then a single crochet on the second stitch, and a single crochet into the third stitch. So that's one time. Now you go and repeat it until the end of the row. Just make increase in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and single crochet in the next stitch, and I will meet you when I finish the row. I finished row 4 and now I have 24 stitches around. For row number 5, we're going to make single crochet in the first 3 stitches and then make an increase into the 4th stitch, and we're going to repeat it for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, single crochet into the third stitch, and then an increase into the 4th stitch. Now you keep going, repeating that all the way around until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. I finished row 5 and now I have 30 stitches around. For row number 6, I'm going to make single crochet in the first 4 stitches and then an increase into the 5th stitch, and I'm going to repeat it for total 6 times until I get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch, single crochet in the 4th stitch, and then you make an increase into the 5th stitch. So that's one time. Now you go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. I finished row 6 and now I have 36 stitches around. Now I'm going to make 10 more rows of 36 single crochets, which means 10 rows of 1 single crochet in each stitch. So go and make those 10 rows and I will meet you when I finish them. Just go single crochet into each stitch. So I just finished those 10 rows, and now we're going to insert the safety eyes. So pull your hook like that and take it out. Turn your work, and now we're going to place the safety eyes. We want to place them between rows 10 and 11. So we count from the top here. The circle here is the first row. So you go down, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So you want the eyes between those rows. So take one eye and put it into the right row that we want to go. Now you count 5 stitches to the side If you don't know how to count them, you can just bring your finger through from the inside and pull, and then you can see small little holes. Each of them is a stitch, so just count 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you want to put it into the 6th stitch next to that. Like that. So that's our eyes. Now take the plastic washers and just close like that. So now we are going to continue So we finished row 16 and we have 36 stitches around. For row number 17, we're going to use the back loop only and just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So let's do few together. Every stitch has a front loop, which is this one, and a back loop, which is this one. So we are going to pick only the back loops of every stitch. So go into the back loop only of the first stitch and just make a single crochet. Into the back loop only of the next stitch and make a single crochet. Next stitch, back loop only, make a single crochet, and go and repeat it all the way around until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. So I finished the row and we have 36 stitches around. Later on we will go back to this row and use the front loop only that left from the last row we made. That's why we made those back loop only. Now for row number 18 we're going to do single crochet into the next 4 stitches and then a decrease, and we're going to repeat it for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, single crochet into the third stitch, single crochet into the fourth stitch, and now you're going to make a decrease. You can do the regular decrease or the invisible decrease. I will show you now how to do the invisible decrease. I find it much better and it keeps the stitches close to each other and also gives it a better look. So you go into the back loop only of the next stitch, straight into the back loop only of the next stitch, then you yarn over and go through those 2 loops. You have 2 loops on the back. You yarn over and over both loops. I'm sorry, for some reason it had a delay, so I will go back and show you again from the beginning of the row. So again for this row we're going to make single crochet in the first 4 stitches and then a decrease. So into the first stitch make a single crochet, second stitch make a single crochet, third stitch make a single crochet, and the fourth stitch make a single crochet. Now we're going to make a decrease. You can do it the regular way. I'm going to do the invisible way and I will show you how to do it. So you take your hook into the front loop only of the next stitch, straight into the front loop only of the next stitch, yarn over, go through those 2 loops, then you have 2 loops on the hook, you yarn over and go through both loops. So that's the invisible decrease, and we've done it 1 time. Now you're going to repeat it until you get to the stitch marker. Just do single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then a decrease, and I will meet you at the end of the row. So I just finished the row and we have now 30 stitches around. For the next row we're going to use again the back loop only, which is this one, and we're going to make decreases all the way around. So I will show you twice how we do it and you continue all the way. So take the back loop only of the next stitch, yarn over, go through this stitch. Now into the next stitch, the back loop only, yarn over and go through the stitch. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through all those 3. So that's 1 decrease. Let's do it 1 more time together. Into the back loop only of the next stitch, yarn over, go through the stitch, straight into the back loop of the next stitch, yarn over, go through the stitch. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through all those 3 loops. Now you're going to repeat it all the way around. That will be a total of 15 decreases, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Now we finished row 19 and we have 15 stitches around. Now we want to put some stuffing, so pull your hook like that and take it out. That's how it looks like for now. Now you're going to take stuffing and put inside your ghost. Put as much as you can, just make sure that you don't overstuffing and you don't get any holes. Now we want to continue and what we're going to do next is we're going to make 7 decreases and the last stitch we're going to make a single crochet. So let's do this row together. Make a decrease, that's 1. Another decrease, that's 2. Another decrease, that's 3. Another decrease, that's 4. Another decrease, that's 5. Decrease number 6. And decrease number 7. And now for last stitch, you just want to make a single crochet. Now we want to finish off, so Just make a slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1 and cut your yarn. Leave some tail to close the little hole that's left for us, like that, and pull. That's what we have for now. So now we're going to close this little hole. So take your needle and the end of the tail inside. What we're going to do now is go all the way around into the front loop only of each stitch from the outside to the inside and pull like that. That's the first stitch, second stitch, third stitch, fourth stitch, fifth stitch, sixth, 7, and last one is 8. Now you want to pull tight like that, and that's how we closed the hole. Now we want to make it unable to open, so bring the needle into the body, out 1 stitch next to it, and when you have a small loop here, just bring the needle through and pull. Then just hide the yarn, bring it into the body and out from a different place. Take your scissors and cut. Okay, what we're going to do next is join with a white yarn into the front loop only that's left from row 17, where we made the back loop only. So I'm going to the back and I'm going to pick one of the front loops. I know it's difficult to see, but you have like a line here all the way around. Those are the front loops that's left for us. So just pick one and take your yarn and go through this front loop. Now you want to chain 1 and we're going to start now. What we're going to do now is single crochet into this same stitch, then pick the next front loop and make a half double crochet. You yarn over, pick the next loop, yarn over, go through 1 stitch, and when you have 3 loops on the hook, you go through all 3. That's half double crochet. Now for next stitch you're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over, go into the front loop, yarn over, go through 1 loop. Now when you have 3, yarn over and go only through 2 loops. Then yarn over and go through 2 loops. That's a double crochet. Next stitch you're going to make another double crochet. So yarn over, pick the next front loop, yarn over, go through this loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and yarn over, go through 2 loops. Next stitch we're going to make half double crochet. So yarn over, pick the next front loop, yarn over, go through one stitch, and yarn over, go through all those loops. Now next stitch, next front loop, you make a single crochet, and we are going to repeat it all the way around for 6 times. You just do single crochet in the next loop, half double crochet in the next loop, double crochet in the next loop, another double crochet in the next loop, half double crochet in the next loop, and single crochet in the next loop. So let's do it one more time together. So pick the next front loop and make a single crochet. Next you make half double crochet, next is a double crochet, next is another double crochet, next is half double crochet, and next is a single crochet. So now we've done it twice. That's how it looks like. So you go and repeat that all the way around until you finish the row, and I will show you how we finish off. So I just finished the row. What I'm going to do now is a slip stitch into the first stitch. Like that. Now you chain one and cut your yarn. Pull and that's how it looks like, our ghost. Now we want to get rid of those tails, so just take this one, we just cut and use the needle, go into the yarn and just bring it out here at the same place of this second yarn, and just make 2 knots. That's 1 and 2. Then take your needle and hide those yarn into the body. That's 1, and also the second one. Now you can just cut them like that, and our ghost is done. Optional is just adding a smile, so just use black thin yarn, and with a needle go into the body approximately somewhere here, and into the middle row between the eyes, pull until you have a short piece here. Now go to the other side next to the left eye, make sure you stay at the same row, Bring it into the head and out 1 row down in the middle between the eyes. And pull out. Now take your needle over the smile and into the same place, same stitch here, and out from where we began, like that. Now pull slowly, slowly. And take those pieces, make 2 knots. 1 and 2. Cut with your scissors, and with the back of your needle you just hide it inside, like that. So here is our little ghost. Optional also, you can just put a keychain into the top and it can be a great keychain or bag charm, car charm. Hope you liked it. Please subscribe if you still didn't, and see you next time. Bye.